Welcome to the Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast once again. I am going to say this as simply as possible. God is not the author of confusion. Got it? Did you hear me? Okay, let me say it again. God is not the author of confusion. If you are confused, if you are up and down, and your spirit is here, and your spirit is there, and you're just so all over the place, that is not God. Do you agree? I'm pausing because that's supposed to be you answering, But seriously, God is not the author of confusion. One thing that we have to be very careful of, and I had to learn this myself, is that yes, I do pray for guidance in my business, in my family life, personal life, all of that. I pray for guidance. And sometimes God sends all of the signs, but we don't want to acknowledge it because we're waiting for something life-changing and we're waiting for this or that. And sometimes God sends you the signs, but you ignore them. Sometimes God sends you the signs in the form of people that are perfect for your situation. Whether it's to move you forward in your 9-to-5 job, that maybe that person that is now sitting next to you in the next cubicle, even though you didn't really care for them before, but now they're over there and you're like, God, why would you put this person next to me? And I don't really care for them. But then you find out that they know some things that you don't, and you actually need their help. I truly believe that God puts us in situations such as that to train us for whatever is to come. It may not be what you want, but it is something that you need. And we often put off people that are sent to us to take us through. It could be a tough time that you're dealing with in your life, whatever. Things are put on us for a reason, and God doesn't put you through things that you can't handle. He will never put you through more than you can take. But we have to see the signs. I don't pray every single time I take a step. Every time I take one step, I pray. Take 2 steps, I pray. No, I don't do that. There is such a thing called common sense. And there's also that saying that says common sense ain't so common, or however it's said. Common sense ain't common. That's the sad part. But I definitely do understand my assignment. I said this a few years ago, I think right before the pandemic. I was like, I have never been more clear about where I need to be on the business level, the professional level, and the personal level. I know what I'm supposed to do and where I'm supposed to be. And it's an amazing feeling when you get like that euphoria. Oh my goodness, like, I know why I'm here. Or some people may call it the aha moment. Yeah, absolutely. But I really want to reiterate, if you are in feelings of confusion and can never nail things down a certain way or whatever the case may be, Do not think that that confusion is of God, because it's not. That is your confusion that somehow needs to be sorted through. Maybe talk therapy or whatever the case may be. Because I find so many times that people are all over the place, and that's just how they live their life. Just literally all over the place. So nothing is really set. Everything is always floating. Everything, and a lot of that also could be linked to being non-committed. You have a lot of non-committed people out here. They want to stay loose for this or that, and here and there, and it's like, just commit. And that could be in business relationships and in personal relationships. Why are you so afraid to commit? You had an idea, you have an assignment, you know how, what you need to do. Commit. Accomplish something, put your stamp on it, and commit. As long as it makes sense. We're not saying just to do things just to do them. But it's such a sense of accomplishment. And one thing that I don't do is drag people along in my confusion. That's one thing you don't ever have to worry about Renee Lowe doing that. Never gonna happen. I would rather explain to you and say, okay, this is what I'm trying to do, and then have input brought in. Because I love to get feedback. I never want to think that I'm working on projects and I'm just doing them the way that I want to do them, and people's input is like empty. That I will never do. So again, I'm a huge advocate of therapy. I'm a huge advocate of, protecting mental health. So if you find yourself in constant confusion or emptiness or loneliness or any of those things, I'll tell you right now, I didn't even think I was going to talk about this today, but I'm talking to somebody. If there is anxiety, if there is depression, if there is just any of those, just those empty feelings, trust and believe you're not alone with that. But the digging has to start with you to figure out what is that void. Because when we have a void in our lives, even in business, you start doing all these things. Busy work. I'm here. I'm there. I'm flipping. I'm flapping. You're all over the place because you're trying to fill a void that will never be satisfied because of whatever reason, but you gotta figure out what that thing is. And therapy works amazing for that. I always suggest good therapists because they are some godsends. Again, they could be your sign that you need to get those things in order. God sends people all the time. But we just ignore them. Oh, that's just my therapist. No, your therapist is part of your life plan. And they do a great job at it, but you gotta work the plan. So just remember that. God is not the author of confusion. If you're constantly finding yourself in that space, you have to look within. What are the daily habits of things that I do? Because a lot of times you're going to find mistakes and all these sort of things that go on in your life. It's probably something that you do daily. It could even be a mindset that you're in on a daily basis that keeps you in a negative space and, that type of thing. So I'm praying that you sort it out, whatever those things that you're going through personally and professionally. I'm speaking to somebody. I don't know who, because I was not doing this recording today, but I'm talking to somebody. I hope that you find some peace. And I hope it comes through maybe reconciling. I hope it comes through therapy, whatever it is. Something positive to bring you back to center and peace. so that you can flourish, because that's what life is about. Life is about love and family and flourishing and growing and learning. But that's going to be very hard to do if you're constantly in a state of flux, right? So, I don't know who that message was for. I just felt the need to talk about it, so I'm just following my assignments and saying it. If you want to continue the conversation, absolutely. You can email me if you don't want it to be all out in the open for a whole bunch of people. I'm very discreet with my emails. You can email me at hello@onyxqueenmedia.com. And you can also follow me on socials. Like, share, subscribe to the podcast. It is growing tremendously, and I thank you. Find me on Instagram at Onyx Queen Media, and the same name on all the rest of the socials. Talk to you tomorrow, you guys. Bye. Online savings simplified. Don't search for coupon codes ever again. With one click, Honey's smart shopping assistant will automatically apply discounts to your cart in seconds. Save on all your favorite things. Easily pay less for products you're already buying online. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Join Honey for free. It takes 2 clicks to add Honey to your Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Opera browser. Find savings in seconds. While you shop, Honey will find working promo codes across the entire internet, and you save instantly. With one click, Honey will apply the best deals to your cart. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Get Honey. Download it today. Visit our link, www.tinyurl.com/ONYXHONEY. That's www.tinyurl.com/Onyx Honey. Start saving right now.